This is an ultrasound study pertaining to the complaint of menorrhagia for the last few months, for which he has been referred to rule out any pelvic pathology. Age of the patient is 45 years. This is the uterus, and in a longitudinal section you are seeing it. The bladder is inadequately filled, and it measures approximately, uterus measures approximately 9.8 centimeter by 5.2 centimeter is enlarged in anterior-posterior diameter. This is the transverse section, and in transverse section it measures approximately 6.8 centimeters, and with central clear endometrial canal measuring approximately 13.3 millimeters. Almost we will consider it to be in a normal range. Now if you see that there is here you see this is a fibroid which is giving pressure effect on the endometrial canal. This is the endometrial canal. So this is fibroid number 1. There is another, this is the another one which is not giving any pressure on the central endometrial canal. This is subserosal in location. Then now here you will see that this is the transverse section of the uterus, and I am moving the probe anteriorly and posteriorly to see if there is any other pathology seen. Well, here we see on the left side we see a mass that may approximately 11.4 by 4.6 centimeters, and you see that there are multiple communicating cystic areas seen within this solid mass. Why solid? Because we do not see any posterior wall acoustic enhancement, do not see any strong back wall, and the posterior wall is clearly visualized in this case. So this is the pelvic mass. And this I'm seeing it in this here. Okay. So there are in submucosal fibroids as well as subserosal fibroids seen along with this solid mass in the pelvic region, and this mass is separate, appears to be separate from the uterus on the left side. Walaikum Assalam. And it's I am doing this ultrasound on transabdominal in a transabdominal way with 3.5 megahertz frequency, and there are cystic areas seen within this solid mass over here. So it is an echogenic mass with internal cystic areas, tiny calcifications are seen. and it appears to be separate from the uterus, and is most probably of ovarian origin, and this ovarian mass complicated. Here we are. I'll show you the uterus. This is the uterus in transfer section, and here is the continuation of the mass. Here we are. I want to get them together. Here. This is the uterus in transfer section. This is the uterus in transfer section. And this is the mass, this one. Complex, cystic and solid mass. Seeing from the and it is seen in the right adnexa, left adnexa that extends anterior to the uterus up to the, I'll show you, up to the right adnexa. You see here, when I remove the probe, now here you see this is the extension of the mass. This is the extension of the mass. We do not see the, let's see if you can get the ovaries. Now this is the ovary. Right ovary can be visualized. This is the ovary. I have to give pressure to get it. Let me get a good view, a better view. Well, because of the pressure of the, this is the ovary, right ovary, and so this mass appears to be separate from the uterus. Is it separate from the uterus? No. So you will see that it shears the wall of the uterus. Here is the anterior wall of the uterus. It shears the wall of the uterus, and it's penetrating in the myometrium. These are few tiny calcifications within the mass, so it's inseparable from the myometrium. Left corner of the uterus. This is the uterus in transfer section, and this is the mass. This one echogenic part of the mass. This is not the full mass. This is part of the mass, and here are the calcifications, arrows, and here you cannot differentiate separately between the mass and the right corner of the uterus, so it has penetration in the myometrium. Similarly, when I move the probe toward, this is the left adnexa, and as I move the probe towards the right adnexa, this cystic area, this complex area is seen extending anterior to the uterus. See, here is the uterus. When I move the probe posteriorly, and when I move the probe anteriorly, I get the whole of the mass. And in longitudinal section, again, it's difficult to differentiate between the fundus separately from the mass. See, this is the uterine fundus, this region. This is the uterine fundus. This is the mass. It's very difficult to differentiate between the to separately demarcate the fundus of the uterus and the mass in front of you. So this is a solid pelvic echogenic complex mass with multiple cystic intercommunicating areas as well as tiny calcifications that extends from the uterus. This is the urinary bladder, cervix, the uterus, and then this is the mass extending from this is the left adnexal region, and now it is anterior to the uterus. See, this is the uterus behind posteriorly, and this is the part of the complex mass, pelvic mass. And it's not possible to differentiate between the fundus of the pelvis. So it has penetrations at the fundal region and at the right corner of the left corner of the uterus. This is a small fibroid seen within the uterus. Again, another one is got it. Now, this is the uterus, and this is the complex mass, solid mass, no posterior enhancement, and this is a small fibroid. This is the uterus. This is the mass. This is the mass. Is there any mass effect on the... Let's see the kidneys. Well, the right kidney is normal, no hydronephrosis. एक लंबा साल है के सारों को. Right kidney is fine, liver is okay. This is the left kidney. The left kidney is also normal, no hydronephrosis seen, no splenomegaly. This is the spleen. And is there any adenopathy? No paraortic plan adenopathy. So this is our case of the day. That is enlarged and bulky uterus with intramural and subserosal fibroids, along with a complex cystic mass, cystic and solid mass with internal calcification arising from the left adnexa and then extending anterior to the uterus up to the right adnexa, and with it appears to have to be relating to the myometrium. Penetration into the myometrium cannot be ruled out with this transabdominal approach. Now this is another fibroid that you can see. Now this is either a fibroid or it is a penetration of this solid mass into the uterus. Here we are. It's not easy to differentiate with, so I would advise transvaginal ultrasound or CT scan for the same reason. So this is the uterus. Once again, this is the mass. This is the mass. And here it's very difficult to differentiate it from the myometrium, separated from the myometrium. And at this very region we can see tiny calcifications also. This is the area between the uterus and the mass. These are tiny calcifications again, and this is again now the total mass. This is the uterus, part of the uterus, and we cannot separate the mass from the, this is the fundal region of the uterus, and this is the mass. We cannot separate them. So this is our case of the day. Thank you very much.